You know that building is important in Fortnite, and you know you have three choices of material: wood, stone or brick, and metal or steel. But which material should you be using? Hi, I'm Cram, and in this video, I'm going to explain what is the best and strongest material for building in Fortnite. I'm also going to show you some useful tricks for managing your material, so make sure you watch the whole video. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel so when I release a new video, you get notified. Now, if you are like most Fortnite players, then you probably build mostly with wood. But why is that? Well, one explanation is that wood is generally the easiest material to obtain, because there are so many trees in Fortnite. And another reason most players build with wood is that they think it's the best material to build with. Let me explain. Back in the early days of Fortnite, when you placed a wall or any other building type, wood had the highest starting health, and when you placed a wood building, it could absorb a shot from a shotgun and not break. And stone or metal, on the other hand, would break, and I think some players still believe this to be true, but it's not. You see, in a weapon and building balance update on the 9th of August 2018, Epic Games made some changes to the initial wall health values based on material type. The reason for this was so that material strength would feel more intuitive when making decisions. So, the initial health for a wood wall went to 90, for stone it went to 100, and for metal it went to 110. In other words, they made the materials more intuitive by setting their values more in line with what they are in real life. Because, in the real world, metal and stone are obviously more robust than wood, and now that's true in Fortnite as well. Unfortunately, there are still guides that tell you that wood is the best material to use, and now you know that's not true. There's more than just the starting health when choosing a material though. You see, each material has different maximum health and different rates of gaining health. On your screen, you'll see a table that shows you the starting health, max health, health per tick, which is every half a second, and the health per second, and the time to full health when building a wall with every type of material. Now it's hard to see which material is the best from these numbers alone, so I put them into a graph for you to see how the health trends over time. Take a look now and you'll see 3 lines. Each line represents the health of a particular material over time, and I've tried to choose colors based on the color of the material. So wood is the orange line, stone is the red line, and material is the grey line. You see that wood always has the least amount of health at all times. Therefore, it's the worst material to use when building a wall. And for stone and metal, you can see metal starts out ahead, but after 5.5 seconds, stone and metal have equal health. Then, stone overtakes it until it completes building because it gains health faster. And then metal overtakes it again because it continues to gain health until it completes at 500 health. Now that we've covered walls, let's talk a bit about ramps, floors, and pyramids, because did you know they have different health values than walls? So, take a look at the table again. Now you see the starting and max health for a ramp, floor, and pyramid is lower than a wall. Also, the health per tick or per second is the same for each material in this case. Let's put them into a graph again, so you can more easily visualize and we can determine the best material. Here, it's the same story again, with wood always being the weakest material. But now, metal is always the strongest, because each material gains health at the same rate and metal has the highest starting value and the highest max value. So, let's quickly wrap up what we just learned. Wood is the worst material, because it's always the weakest, and you should avoid building with wood in combat when possible. But because you can obtain wood so easily, it's best for you to use your wood when building up a mountain or when you need to build to get a chest. The strongest material is metal, except for between 6 and 12 seconds when a stone wall will be stronger. And metal is generally the hardest material to gain. You can get a good amount of metal from farming cars, but they do make some noise and can alert enemies to your position, and you may not be able to hear enemies because of the sound of the car. Metal fences are good to farm because they offer a surprising amount of metal per hit. Now before I conclude this video, I want to give you some quick tips for managing your material and a way you can use your material to play mind games and confuse your enemies. The first tip is you should build using a different material to your enemy. Let me explain this by using an example. Imagine you're in a fight with an enemy and you both have 999 of each material. In other words, you both have the maximum amount of material. Now, assume you both use 900 material in the fight. If you both use wood, then you would both be left with 99 wood, 999 stone, and 999 metal at the end of the fight. When you go to loot your enemy, you'll only gain an extra 99 wood since you already maxed out with the other material. So, you'll have a total of 198 wood, 999 stone, and 999 metal, or 2,196 total material. Here's what would happen instead if you built with stone and your enemy used wood. At the end of the fight, you would be left with 999 wood, 99 stone, and 999 metal, and your enemy would have 99 wood, 999 stone, and 999 metal. This time when you go to loot your enemy, you'll be able to replenish all of your stone, so you would have 999 of each material again, or 2,997 total material. This is 801 more material than in the first scenario because you are building using different material to your opponent. Another benefit of using a different material to your enemy is that it will be easier to distinguish which building pieces are yours, so you will know what you can and cannot edit. The final tip for you I have is to manually change the material you're building with to trick or confuse your enemy. You see, when you run out of a material, Fortnite will automatically switch to using a different material when you have some left of that one. And when you're in a fight, you see this happen, you'll automatically think someone is running low on material because they've run out of whatever they're building with and Fortnite has made them switch. But because you can manually rotate through your material to make your enemies think you're running low when you really aren't. Essentially, you'll be playing mind games with your opponents, and this could help you win the fight. Anyway, that concludes this video. To summarize, wood is the worst material, and you should avoid using it in a fight whenever possible. Metal is stronger than stone, but the difference isn't very much. And when you're in a build battle with an enemy, use a different material so you can easily distinguish between your material and replenish the most material possible at the end of the fight. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications because it really helps me out and helps my channel grow. You can also visit my website, kram.com, that's kr4m.com, for more Fortnite content and guides, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Peace.